a yes.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, if you just stand up straight, what we call Wu Qi posture. The two words, Wu and Qi, we know that Qi means energy, Wu means empty or void. And so Wu Qi means don't waste your energy, stand up straight. The human body is pulled to the ground by gravity, okay? Gravity holds us down. And if we have a postural defect, we're bent like this, or we stand like this, then gravity pulls us in that direction, or it pulls us in this direction. And to prevent falling over, we have to tighten the muscles. And when you tighten your muscles, you're wasting energy. When you stand up perfectly straight, you create a perpendicular axis to the ground, and your body weight simply goes down, and you're in balance, and you're using as little energy as possible. And so we try to empty the body from using energy inefficiently. And we just relax. It's important that all of your body relaxes. When you're standing up, the only muscles that are going to be tight right now should be your leg muscles, because you're standing. Let your weight sink to the floor. Lift your head towards the ceiling. Just lift it up off your shoulders and pull the chin in a bit. Now, before we begin, I'm going to talk a little bit about breathing and the process of breathing. When we breathe, oxygen comes into our body. When we exhale, carbon dioxide comes out of the body. Pulmonologists call this process the gas exchange. Oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. Your lungs are two big lobes. They look like big sponges, and they have holes in them called alveoli. And you have about 500 million alveoli in your lungs, huge amount of holes. Now the lungs come from here all the way down to the lower ribs. If you breathe with your chest, in other words, the sternum goes up when you breathe, and you take a breath in and your body goes up, you're breathing incorrectly, okay? So take a deep breath in, and if you feel yourself lifting upward, then you know you're not breathing right. You're not breathing naturally. You're probably breathing what's in a way that's normal for you, but it's not natural. Nature wants you to breathe with your belly. You watch any pet, if you watch your dog, your cat, or you watch an infant sleeping, the only thing that moves when they breathe is the belly. That's natural breathing. So what I want you to do is put one hand on your upper sternum, the middle of your chest, and one hand on your lower belly. And take a breath in and make sure the top hand doesn't move, but the bottom hand moves out. Goes out like a balloon. I don't know if you can see it here, but if you see the belly, comes out more. And what that does, when the belly pushes out, it pulls the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a muscle that goes around the body, and it sits under the ribs, and it's shaped like a dome. So if you look at my elbows and my hands, they're dome shaped. When you push your belly out, it pulls the middle of the dome down. And notice that my elbows are moving outward. That's going to make the muscle open the ribs here. So if you watch my hands when I breathe in, they get further apart. And when you breathe out, they come closer together. So when you're finished the class, if you want to, take a tape measure, put it around your lower ribs, exhale completely, and then inhale, and you should see the diameter of your body increase by 1.5 to 2 inches. Then you know you're breathing correctly. So when the diaphragm pulls down, the ribs open out, and more oxygen gets to the lower lobes. And that way we oxygenate the lungs completely. Then when we exhale, we pull the stomach in. Out to breathe in to breathe out. Out to breathe in in to breathe out. And when you pull the stomach in, it pushes the diaphragm back up and it gets rid of the carbon dioxide. Number two, you breathe in through your nose because your nose has hair in it. And that hair is designed to pull out the rough particles that are in the air. And so it scrubs the air coming in. Your nose is lined with nitric oxide, which purifies the air. And then the trip from the nasal passages down to the lungs warms the air to body temperature. So when it hits your lungs, it's at body temperature. And in cold weather, that helps your lungs absorb the oxygen better because it's not coming in cold. When you exhale through your mouth because you're breathing out poison. If you breathe out through your nose, that poison is going to stick to the lining of the nose. And the next breath in is not going to be cleansed properly and purified properly. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And practice that for a while. Let's do our warm-up. Zwei Show. Zwei Show means to swing the hands. And we're going to shift the weight from one leg to the other. Once the weight gets on a particular leg, bend the knee. So you're sinking down. And don't tilt your body. Keep your spine upright. You see, I'm bouncing from one leg to the other. Now, when you go to this leg, the right leg, turn to the right. Take your left hand and wrap it around your front, and your right hand and touch your kidneys. Then push your weight to the other leg, bend the knee, turn the waist, reverse the hands. Then come back to the right leg, turn right, reverse the hands. And then let that flow. So remember the three pieces. Push the weight from one leg to the other, bend the knee of the leg that's getting the weight, turn towards the weighted leg, and let your arms just swing. Keep your shoulders loose. You don't want to move your arms with using the shoulder muscle like this. You want to turn off the shoulder muscle and just let your hands swing. And they should tap your body front and back. And that's why we call this stimulating the energy or drumming chi. When you think about a drum head, when you strike a drum head, it vibrates. And that vibration creates a sound, and we hear the drum. When we do this, we're creating a vibration in our body, and it stimulates the energy through that vibration. Swing number 2 is called viewing the heels. Now, same process. The weight goes to the right leg, bend the knee. But now turn left, twist down. So notice this shoulder is going to pull down, and you're going to feel your back stretch. And that's what the function is here. We want to stretch our back muscle, the big trapezius muscle. Then shift, twist down, and look at the other heel. And let that flow. This movement helps to stretch and strengthen the trapezius muscle, which supports the spine. And that will allow us, as we get older, to keep our spine strong and our posture erect. So remember, defects in your posture, you're wasting energy. And slow down. Third swing, Shanghai arm swing, this actually strengthens and increases the flexibility of the diaphragm. When you squat down, remember, squat down by concentrating here, not pushing the knees forward, but pushing the tailbone back. And notice when your tailbone goes back, your body folds down. If your knees go forward, then the body stays upright. We want the body to fold. But what I'm doing is I'm pushing down, and that's pushing the diaphragm up. When you squat and bend over, the organs down here, the lower organs, push the diaphragm up and they get rid of the carbon dioxide. Then you come up, arch the back of it, That pulls the diaphragm down and we get more oxygen. We breathe in, then breathe out. In, out. Seven, 8, 9, 10, and relax. All right, Zwei Show is our stretching exercise. Zwei Show has 18 movements. We're gonna go through all 18 this morning. So we'll do about 3 or 4 repetitions of each movement. Some movements are side to side, some movements one side is moving and the other is not. So we work both directions, we work our waist, we work our shoulders. All of these are stretching the body, but they do it gently, okay? So we don't hurt ourselves. Nothing in Tai Chi or Qigong is done to an extreme. We always honor the body. And by honoring the body is don't push it to an extreme. Everything in moderation, that's called balance. First movement, small circulation of Qi, just like Shanghai arm swing, only smaller. Take a breath in, exhale, tailbone back, exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. This is the same way that we paint the number 1. And do one more. And when you finish this movement, stay in the squat. Palms face each other. Come up. This one is called opening the wings. Open your wings, look up, arch your back, breathing in. And you're going to feel your chest stretching. And so we're going to stretch the front of the chest, getting the pectoral muscles, the abdominal muscles to stretch. The back muscles are compressing. The shoulders are being stretched because the arms are falling behind you. Then you close your wings and sink down. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more time. Breathe in and out and sink down. Parting the clouds, you come up, the hands go over the top of the head, turn the palms to the ceiling, stretch up and try to touch the ceiling with the palms of your hand. And if you're comfortable, come up on the balls of your feet. In other words, lift your heels. Then drop the heels, lower the arms, and squat down again. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. This is strengthening the legs, strengthening the ankles, stretching the back and the shoulders. And let's do it one more time. Then stay down. This next movement is like we're rowing a boat. We come up, it's called brushing heaven. Your hands brush the ceiling, then you sink down and your fingertips brush the earth. Now you're not really touching the ceiling or the ground, we're just pretending. This is also called rowing the boat, as if you're lifting the oars and then the oars paddle in the water. The next movement is done side to side. It's called rainbow dancing. So I'm going to put my right hand over the top of my head with my palm facing the very top of the head. Put the weight on your right leg and push your hips to the right, then bend to the left and look at your left hand. Then straighten up. Put your left hand over your head, the weight to the left foot, and then look at your right hand. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more on each side. And lower your hands. The next movement is called swirling the arms. Now, it's hard to see on the screen, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put the weight on the right leg, raise the right hand up, palm up. But I'm also going to turn. So I'm not reaching behind me. My arm is coming up to the side, and I'm turning around. My other hand is going to go out in front of me. Okay, so I've turned, and I'm looking at the back hand. Then I put the weight on both feet, and I bring the hands one over the other. Then put the weight on this leg, raise the arm to the side, but turn back and stretch this one out front. Now notice here, your arms are stretching out, your shoulder blades are together, your chest is open. Then you come in and the chest is closing and the back is stretching. Then reverse it. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Last one, breathe in and out. Lifting the ball, I'm going to put the weight on the right leg, turn right, lift up your left heel and swing your left hand up to the ceiling. Then drop it and reverse it, going to the right side and down. So I'm going to do mirror image. This is my right, this is my left. So weight on your right foot, turn right, left hand up, breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more on each side. Movement number 8 is tossing the ball behind you. We're going to be swinging from one side to the other. So grab that ball, weight to the right, pick up your left heel, throw the ball over your right shoulder and watch it go. Come back down and now toss the ball the other way. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's do one more on each side. Movement 9 is called pushing with the palm. Widen your stance, sit down. Your left hand comes up with the palm facing the right wall. The thumb is facing your sternum. Your right hand is down with the palm facing the ground. Shift your weight to the right leg, turn right, and reach out to touch the wall. Lower the hand, pick up the other one. And now this palm is down, this palm is up. Shift your weight and push to the left wall. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Let's do one more on each side. Keep the wide stance. Movement 10 is wave hands like clouds. Put your weight on the right leg, turn right, bring up your left hand. Don't raise the elbow, keep the elbow down, fingertips are up. Put the right hand under it. Shift your weight to the left side, turn left, change your hands. Come back to the right. And then flow in one direction and then in the other. Breathe in, going one way, breathe out the other. soft, soft, soft. Called wave hands like clouds. So feel your hands and arms as if they were as insubstantial as the clouds in the sky. Barely, barely there. And come back. Keep the wide stance. This movement is called punching with fierce eyes. Now, it's not as bad as it sounds. What you're going to do is you're going to make two light fists. Now, I'm going to sit down deeply. I'm going to extend my right fist and squeeze it shut. And at the same time, I'm going to try to exhale all of the air in my body by pulling the stomach in and exhaling completely. And then relax and breathe in. Stand up. Sink down. Squeeze and breathe out. Stand up. Sink down. Squeeze, breathe out. One more on each side. And come back up. That breathing out, we're pulling the stomach in. You'll feel your abdominal muscles pulling in and tightening. It's as good as doing sit-ups, okay? If you have a problem doing sit-ups, just exhale and pull your stomach muscles in. Then you'll get the same benefit that you get from sit-ups. The next movement is called pigeon flying. So we bring our feet close together. Sink down, loosen your arms, stand up and throw your arms up and let them fall. Up, let them fall. Inhale, up. Good. Now we come to a difficult movement and do this comfortably, and we only do it 3 times to each side. It's called the Ferris wheel. Bend over, let your arms hang. Turn your waist to the right, and then lift yourself up, facing the right. Arch your back, bring your hands over your head, face the left, and go down. Then do it again. Breathe in, coming up. Breathe out, going down. And do it one more time. Now reverse for 3. Last one. The next 3 exercises, we do one after the other on one side and then one after the other on the other side. It's called pushing the wave, open the wings while looking up and planting a seed. So I'm going to stand in Wu Chi, put my hands like I'm going to push something, and slide your right foot out forward, no weight on it. Take a breath in. As you exhale, push your way to the front leg, bend the knee, pick up your back heel, and push out. Stretch all the way. You want to feel your back stretching, and you want to pull your fingertips way up. Then relax the hands and come back and breathe in. Then palms face each other. Shift your weight back, open the wings, look up, pick up your front toes, then go forward and exhale. One more time. Now planting the seed. Right back, lower your arms, breathe in, arms up. Go forward, bend your knee, pick up your back heel, bend over, and just sink down towards the ground. Then push your weight back and breathe in again. Come forward, breathe out. Come back, breathe in. Forward, breathe out. Breathe in, last one. Breathe out. Then come back up. Then the other foot goes out. Weight back and ready to push. Pushing the wave. Inhale, exhale. Opening the wings, looking up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Planting the seed. Weight back, breathe in. Go forward, breathe out. Back and breathe in. Forward, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Movement number 17, remember there's 18 movements, is called climbing the jade ladder. So bring your feet close together. Bring up your left hand, bend your left knee, and if you're stable, lift your right heel, and then lift the foot off the ground. Put it down. Bend the right knee, lift the right hand, lift the left heel. If you're stable, see if you can lift the foot off the ground. Then change. Do it slow. It's your balance. There's no rushing, and you don't have to lift your foot if you feel unstable. Just lift the heel. Do one more on each side. Come back to Wu Chi, and we end with a movement called Gathering Chi. Palms up, breathing in. Fold the arms towards your center. Breathe out, bend your knees. Palms up, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. And come back to Wu Chi. How do you feel? Is everybody good? Let's play our numbers. Now we're going to just do the numbers once or twice while we're looking at them. Then we're going to try to do the numbers without looking at them, using our imagination. So remember, if you can see these numbers, number one is just that up and down movement that we did at the beginning of our Shibashi exercise. So take a breath in, exhale. I'm going to turn slightly sideways. Sink down. Remember, tailbone back. Paint the one. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Number two starts on the left, moves right, comes back left, and goes back right. So weight goes to the left leg. Turn left, bring your hands up. And we're right here. We're touching the beginning of the toe. Shift your weight and turn towards the right. Lower the arms slowly. Shift your weight and turn all the way around to the left. Bring your hands halfway up, and then put the tail on the toe. And come back down, come up on your left, and do it again. The top of the toe, dropping down the bottom of the two, halfway up, and we put the loop and the tail on the two. Let's do it a third time. Try to remember what this feels like. How am I painting the two? What does it feel like? What direction am I moving? Number three. Number three looks like a two, and then we have an extra tail on it. So again, we're going to come up on the left, across the top of the three, but only come halfway down. Go through the middle. Come back through the middle, and then go all the way down. Then reach up again and do it again. Through the middle, back through the middle, to the bottom, and circle up one more time. And again, try to remember what the number looks like, what does a three look like, and how does my body paint it? Then number four. Number four, we have the one in the middle, then a slanted line, and then a horizontal line. So we're going to sink down, we come up the middle, the weight goes to your left leg, you're going to turn left and slant your arms down to the middle, shift your weight to the right leg and turn right. Then sink down and do it again. Up the middle, slanting down, turning right. And one more time. Down, up, twisting left, twisting right. Number five starts on the right. So the weight's on the right leg and I'm turned to the right corner. Then the weight goes to the left leg and you turn to the left corner. Halfway down, come back, go to the right corner, all the way down, go to the left corner. Now come back up on the right and do the five again. Left, right, left, and again, come up on the right, top of the five, middle of the five, bottom of the five. Number six starts here. So weight is here, turn to the right corner, shift your weight, turn to the left corner, lower your arms all the way. Turn to the right corner, come halfway up, and then close the loop on the six. Come back on the right and repeat the number. And once again. Good. Number seven, similar to the four in that we have this diagonal line, but we start on the left, sweep across the sky, shift your weight to the left leg, turn left and sweep your arms down. Then reach up again. Sweep to the right, pull down to the left. Sweep to the right, pull down to the left. The eight, we're going to come down and around and up and back. So in the middle, let's go to the right, halfway down. Come through the middle of the eight, lower your hands to the bottom of the eight, come back through the middle, and close the top. Don't stop, do it again. Bottom of the eight, back through the middle, and the top of the eight, and let's do it one more time. Middle, bottom, middle, top. Then we come to the nine, which starts here and loops down. So we're up on the right, halfway down, reach up, turn right, sweep your arms down to the left. Come back up on the right. Do the loop down to the middle, up to the third eye, down to the belly. And again, up, do the loop, do the tail. Then we come to the zero. And the zero has two parts to it. We're going to paint the zero down. We're going to paint the zero up. Then we're going to drop our hands straight down so that we get like a 1 in the middle, which gives us the 10. So let's try that together. Reach up, painting down, painting up, lower the hands. Reach up again, painting down, painting up, lower the hands. One more time, up, down, up, down. How'd you do with that? Okay, here's what we're going to do next. We're going to paint the same numbers, only one repetition of each number. We're going to start with the 1, go to the 2, go to the 3, but we're not going to look at the numbers. We're going to picture them in our mind and see if we can paint them and see if we can connect them, almost like you're writing script. We're going to go slowly, and I'll try to talk you through it, but try to feel the flow. As I mentioned earlier, those of you who may not have heard it, Tai Chi and Qigong, we do in a slow, constant way where we try not to stop at any point. The body is always turning and the weight shifting. Almost think of yourself like a slow motion tornado, okay? That we're turning, 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 turning. We never stop, okay? And it's this turning, the spiraling that we do that gets the energy in our body to circulate. Remember, we're doing this not to build muscle, not to get aerobically fit, not to become slender. We're doing this to stimulate the energy in our body so that it flows. And then we have lots of energy in us. So this is like recharging your phone battery. Tai Chi and Qigong is not a workout, okay? Not about working out. It's about stimulating the energy in your body so that it is flowing unobstructedly and it gives you enough energy to do what you need to do during the day. It gives you enough energy to efficiently digest your food and eliminate the waste, and to keep the muscles flexible and strong, to keep the joints of your body lubricated, to keep the cerebral spinal fluid at the right pressure, but most importantly, to allow the energy to travel through your body so that you have lots of energy in you. Our goal in Tai Chi, and that's why most people take it up when they're older, our message is we want to live in the springtime of our life for the rest of our life. In other words, I want to maintain my youthful vigor no matter how old I get chronologically. And I have videos of some of my teachers actually teaching class at 117 years old. One of my teachers, Mr. G. Incredible. You would think he was a young man. He was performing at 117, didn't die till he was 118. So this idea of keeping our body energetic is really what it's all about in Tai Chi. You do get side benefits. Your muscles get stronger, they remain flexible, your balance will improve, your flexibility will improve, your bone density will improve, your breathing improves, lots of benefits. But our biggest goal is energy development. So let's see if we can do this together. See if you can follow me. I'm not looking at the numbers, I'm picturing them in my mind. So I start with the number 1, sink down, come up, sink down. Now I know number 2 starts on the left. So I'm going to shift to the left and raise my hands, and I'm going to paint the 2. It comes down, there's the bottom of the 2, then I put the loop and the tail on it, and the next number is going to be 3, and 3 follows the same pattern as the 2. I'm up, the top of the 3, come through the middle, go back through the middle, turn left and put the tail on the 3. Number 4, simply sink down, come up the middle of the 4, slanting down to the left, come through the middle. Number 5 is right up here. Well, there it is. I see the top. Top of the 5, middle of the 5, bottom of the 5. Number 6, I gotta go up on the right again. And then I turn left and lower the arms. There's the side of the 6, the bottom of the 6. And then I put the closing loop on. Oh, there's the 7, the top of the 7, and the pull down slanting line. Then come up to the middle of the 8, top of the 8, excuse me, go through the middle, paint the bottom, through the middle, close the top, and then come down on the 9. There's the bottom of the loop, the top of the loop, the tail on the 9, up to the center, paint the 0, come back up, lower your hands. How did you do with that? So in your mind, you can see the numbers. And if you can see the numbers, then you can paint them. And we're painting the numbers with our body. So the number 2 is just, I can have my eyes closed and I see that 2. And I know how to paint it. And then I know the 3 follows it, and I come right up and I can paint the 3 with my eyes closed because I can see the numbers in my mind's eye. And then I can see the 4. And so on. And so we use the mind to picture the movement, and then the body does the movement. And this is what we call in Tai Chi forming the intent and then paying attention. Forming the intent says in your mind, picture what you're going to do, and then let your body do it. Now, I'll give you an interesting fact. In the Olympics, Summer Olympics, they have the high diving competition. And the Chinese high divers always score very well. And the actual fact is that they practice diving half the time that the other teams practice their diving. What they do with the other half is they sit quietly and they visualize themselves doing the perfect dive. And they picture it over and over again. Because the mind doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining and what you're experiencing in reality. Think about it. Think about having a dream. If you have a bad dream, a nightmare, doesn't your heart rate go up? Doesn't your breathing get more shallow? Maybe you start to sweat, and then you jump up with a start. Your body is reacting to the dream as if it were real. So your mind does not distinguish what you experience really or what you experience here. And by practicing these, by picturing what you're doing, your body will learn to do it. Now, you still have to practice, but when you do both, you actually get better. So let's try that again, painting the numbers one after the other without stopping. Sink down, come up, come down. Now picture the 2. It starts up on the upper left. It flows to the right. It comes all the way down and then flows to the left, halfway up, flows to the right. Now we need the 3, so I have to come all the way over the left and up, and then through the middle, and back through the middle, and then the bottom of the 3, all the way to the left, then to the middle and down, and for the 4, up, turn left, horizontal line to the right, reach up and start your 5. Then come up and do the 6. Lower your hands all the way, the bottom of the 6, and then the loop on the 6. Finish the 6, oh, I'm coming up to the 7. Cross the top, pulling down diagonally to the left, reach up to the top of the 8, come through the middle of the 8, through the bottom of the 8, back through the middle, close the top of the 8, and then begin the loop on the 9. Then continue up to the 0, down, come up, and lower your hands. Now, take a moment, feel your shoulders. You feel like they've been working out? How about your legs? You feel that weight shift working your legs? You're lifting your arms up, you're lowering them, and you're doing it slowly. And that's working the shoulder muscles, the upper back muscles, the deltoid, the pectoral, the top of the trapezius, the latissimus dorsi, the muscle under your arm that looks like wings. Right? So your upper body, you're turning at your waist, which is working the abdominal muscles. If you put your hands here and sit down, turn at the waist, you'll feel abdominals change. You'll feel one stretch and the other pull in. And so using twisting motions works the abdominal muscles. It also stretches the lower back, where a lot of us get tight because we sit so much in chairs. So are there any questions? What I want to do now, just checking our time, make sure I have enough time to do what I want, is let's paint the numbers with one hand, okay? And let's paint the numbers with 1 foot forward. We're going to start in Wu Chi. We're going to put 1 foot forward, paint all the numbers, come back to Wu Chi to do our 0. So first first number up and down, then step forward with your left foot and paint the 2. Lean forward, weight back, here's the top of the 2, the bottom of the 2, the tail on the 2. And go forward and reach up for the 3. The top of the 3, through the middle, back through the middle, the bottom of the 3. Now the 4, reach down, pull your weight back and come up, push your weight forward and twist left, pull your weight back and twist right. And now the 5. Go forward, come back, and the bottom of the 5. Come back, reach up for the 6. Here's the side of the 6, the bottom of the 6, and then the loop. And then the 7, the top of the 7, slant down and go forward. Come up, here's the 8, the top of the 8, through the middle, the bottom of the 8, back through the middle, close the 8, and then flow forward with the 9. Then step back and do your 0. Now, did that feel different than doing it with both hands? And so you can play with this, doing the numbers, by going different ways. You can paint the numbers going forward. I can paint the 1 and then step forward, paint the 2. Step forward, paint the 3. Step forward, paint the 4. Step forward and paint the 5. So you can see you can play with this and make up your own routine. Do it with both hands, try painting it with one hand and see how it feels. Does it feel different? Do I get more turning, more twisting? Right? So painting the numbers is an easy way to practice Tai Chi without having to learn complex movements. Now, what I wanted to do was give you a real Tai Chi movement, just called grasping the bird's tail. I think I introduced this to you. And it has 4 parts: ward off, roll back, press, and push. So let me demonstrate it for you. I'm going to hold an imaginary ball with my left hand over my right, and I'm going to turn to the left and sit down on my left leg. Then I step forward with my right. Push the weight forward, drop the top hand, lift the bottom hand, and then turn the waist. This is called ward off. Then bring your left hand up like your right and left hand are grabbing a rope. Move your weight back and sit down on your left leg, then turn your waist to the left. Then take the left hand and touch the right wrist. Turn towards your front leg and press against your wrist. This is called press. Then separate your hands, come back and push. Then step back and do it again. Now I'm going to do mirror image with you. So we're going to put the weight on the right leg, right hand up, left hand under it. Step out with your left foot. Push your weight forward. Drop the top hand, raise the bottom hand to the heart, and then turn to the left. Then grab the rope, pull back, get rid of the rope. Touch your wrist, turn, press. Separate your hands, come back, and push. Then step back and drop the right hand. Step out with the right foot and do ward off. Grab the rope, roll back, touch your wrist, turn, press forward, weight back, and push the wave. Then step back, drop your left hand. Step out with your left foot, ward off, roll back, press, withdraw, and push. So that's the 4 fundamental movements of traditional Tai Chi: ward off, roll back, press, and push. Every other movement in Tai Chi is a combination of those 4. So maybe over the next 3 weeks, I think we have 3 weeks left, we'll introduce 1 or 2 more movements from traditional Tai Chi, just so you get to see it. So let's come to the end of the class, in which we do something called Jan Zheng. Now, Jan Zheng means to stand like a tree. There are 6 postures in Jan Zheng. And I'm going to go through all 6 with you so you get to experience them. Posture 1 is simply Wu Chi. I want you to come into Wu Chi, stand up straight, let your weight sink, and try to be perfectly still for about 10 seconds. I'm going to count 10 in my mind. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, without changing your body posture, let your hands float forward. Then bring the hands in and point them towards your belly. This is called hugging the belly. And again, I'm going to count 10 seconds. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now widen your stance and sit down. Don't move your elbows, just let your hands float up to the heart. Your elbows are going to go down. See how they drop? This is called hugging the tree or hugging the heart. And again, I'm going to count 10 seconds. 8, 9, Come back to Wu Chi. Bring your hands up and make a window, and bring the window up and look through it. Bend your knees, arch your back a bit so you're looking up. This is called viewing the sky. So you're squatting down, but you're looking up through the window you made with your hands. After 10 seconds, lower the hands so they face the ground. Widen your stance and sit down. This is called standing in the stream. It's movement number 5. And again, 10 seconds. Then come back to Wu Chi. This is movement 6, which is the same as movement 1. But one more time, 10 seconds. And 10. Then loosen up. We do some Zhuai Shao. Viewing the heels. Shanghai arm swing. And your hands on your kidneys, feet in Wu Chi position. Now this movement is called bounce 7 times to drive away the 10,000 illnesses. Come up on the balls of your feet and drop firmly on your heels. And let that bounce go through you. And then do that 6 more times. 5, 6. One more time. Just for X. All right. Anyway, thank you for being here.